What is going on, my super sandwiches? Rhymestyle here. Today I'm joined by Nano for a not summon video. I'm sure we're gonna have a summon video in the next couple of days or so, or a couple of races or something. You know what, Nano? I think we should collab on the next summon video that comes out. What do you think about that?
I'm down.
Okay, be down.
We actually have a moderately cool video idea coming up pretty soon. We need a decent banner to come alive to be able to do it. So,
yes.
Anyways,
so keep an eye out for that. Lots of stuff coming this week, by the way. But okay, back to the actual topic before I get distracted. LRs. It's funny having you in this video, but before you say anything,
this is the second time. So.
I know. Well, there's a reason to. There's a reason for this. You might not have all the LRs, but you know the game pretty well. At this point, it's easy to talk about this, and you can agree or disagree with me on it. The problem with LRs. Now, let's look all the way back, and this is one of the reasons why I had Nano in the video, because he was there since day one. The first time they introduced the LR in this game was Goku. And I don't know how long you guys have been playing for the most part, but the first time Goku was introduced, it was like, oh my god. Like, this is a card that has transcended past UR. It's special. It's very, very powerful. It was doing wild damage. It had a bunch of cool stuff. It had multiple super attacks. And it required a huge grind. 777 medals. This is the only reason why I still don't have LR Goku, because that grind is a little too much for me. But it required a grind. But when you got that grind, when you got all the medals, what happened? It was special. Do you have LR Goku, by the way?
I don't.
Oh.
I don't have him on either version because Super Strike characters and me don't really mix that much. So
that's what stopped it for me. But you have the androids, at least LR androids.
I do. Yeah.
LR androids were then introduced afterwards, and again they had a little bit different thing with them where you had to summon them first, but it was friend summons, and then it required a massive grind to again awaken them. And I'll never forget. The very first time I awoke on my androids, it felt great. It's like you spent so much time. It's like you have that reward as a trophy. But then something happened. I guess Bandai realized that they can make money off of this, so they started putting all the LRs inside. Well, not all of them, but most of the important ones into banners. And I guess the way they balanced it out is it was less of a grind. So you have to summon for the cards, which is the difficult part. And then from there on, you can have it awaken as an LR by the end of the day, honestly, if you really try. So it's like when that first happened with Gohan, it's like, okay, this is cool, what's next? And then it turned into a situation where it was an LR coming out pretty much every couple weeks. And now, like, we just voted for an LR, which, by the way, SSG, SS Vegito is the one who won. They still know whether or not Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Beerus are going to be released as well. The way I perceived it as is they know we want Vegito first. He won the vote, so he's going to come out first. And then the next time they do an LR, it'll probably be like Beerus and Super Saiyan 4 Goku in that order that they won. But that's a theory. There's no confirmation on that. I just want to clarify that because it was kind of confusing when they announced it. But when more information comes about that, we'll talk about it later. But for now, The problem is LRs are turning into like a quick cash grab. And on top of that, they don't even really spend that much time on the cards themselves. So an infamous example is Broly. Broly was literally just physical Broly and strength Broly put together. It wasn't really that unique. It's a cool card, but for the most part, it's the same card. And then, like, even though I love LR Goku Black, it's still kind of a ripoff from the Super 17 card. So it's like they're not spending as much time as they should on these LRs. And on top of that, they're not making them as rewarding to awaken. And, you know, if you happen to pull one of these cards, it doesn't feel as exciting to awaken. I mean, it's exciting, but it's not as exciting as, you know, it was back in the day. So the question to, I guess, address in this video is, are LRs as special as they used to be? Is it an issue that it's going from, like, LRs are rare, there's only a certain amount of LRs to, oh, here's a new LR every week? And that's kind of what I'm talking about in this video. Like, is that an issue in the community? Personally, I think it's a problem, because like I said, like, they were special cards, but now it's like, we're going to be getting LRs all the freaking time, and to me, it seems more like a cash grab as opposed to like a cool trophy. And on top of that, there's like a weird balance between the other cards that are, like, you know, not as, well, you don't summon them, for example, versus the summonable ones. Like, the summonable ones are obviously huge cash grabs, but then, like, if you have cards like what's his face, Hercule, like LR Hercule, which you have to, what is it, 240 million zenny, is that what it is? Something like that?
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of grind. Well, also, the other things you have to spend money on these days, awakening other cards and doing all these other things. Yeah,
right.
It is a smidge of grind for Zenny, for sure.
So let me ask you, like, again, it's funny having you in this conversation, but you were there since day one, so you've seen all the LRs involved and how the game's meta changed. Do you think it's an issue that LRs don't feel as special as they used to be?
I mean, yeah. And the thing that you said that really kind of drove it home is they did pretty much see the hype behind LR Gohan. I'm sure they had never seen so much money been spent on a double rates banner in their life.
Yep.
Until that happened, just from you and I alone, which neither one of us actually even pulled the card on that. You didn't pull that card again until the Broly banner was your first one, I think?
Until later, yeah, correct.
So yeah, no, I'm sure they were like, whoa, wait a second. So we can monetize on LRs. Holy crap, I didn't realize the hype behind this was so incredible. So yeah, no, I mean, without question, I think that that's what they saw it as. And then now it's kind of like LRs are coming out probably sooner than I would want. And again, I know a lot of people go, oh, well, they know LR jinx, but no, like for real though, for the sense of legendary rare, they are releasing almost too soon. And like you said, not as unique as they probably should be.
Right, like I was confused how fast we got LR Goku Black. Remember, none of us expected it. I think I was on chat with you. I was like, oh my god, look on Twitter. Are you seeing this? Like, remember that conversation we had? I think we were playing Friday. That's what it was.
We were because I think we all jetted from the stream. It was me, you, and Alex with Thunder. And we all jetted from the stream to go make vids. But that was literally what, like 3 weeks after LR Broly or something like that.
Yeah,
like it was
like
very
Broly
quickly.
Dropped, Goku Black dropped, and then Majin Vegeta technically had just come out a couple weeks prior to that. It turned to a situation where it's like LRs were dropping left and right, and like, again, they probably saw the monetization into it, and they're like, you know what, we can do this. But again, the question is this a big deal? And I mean, obviously, not everybody here is LRs. I'm an extreme case where I got all of them. I just got really lucky. Granted, I spent a lot of money in the game, but I just still got, end of the day, I still got pretty lucky when I got all of them. I think it's a problem. Like, and the other thing is this, I feel like it should still be more difficult to awaken, because even if you pull a summon of LR, it should be a challenge to awaken. You should not have the medals already just sitting there. It's funny, because another reason why I decided to make this video is I remember our Animated Muscle earlier was talking about, like, what if the physical Vegito ends up being the one that they awaken into the LR one, as opposed to giving us a brand new one, but instead, they give it, like, they're required to get 770 of medals of each, like, major event. That's a little too much, but it's challenging. So the reason why I'm about to make this video is this: number one, our LR is not as special as they used to be, and two, should there be more of a challenge to awaken? But then the problem comes, well, where does free-to-play fit in? Because there's a lot of people who play the game free-to-play, and they can't just sit here and just get, like, what, we're looking at the Frieza event. But the Frieza event, when it first came out, it was like, what, 50 stamina, something like that? And if you're free-to-play, you essentially only get to attempt that event twice a day, and you have to get 777 medals, which is insane. So it's like, where is the perfect medium that's going to make everybody happy, where it's like the LRs feel rewarding when you awaken them? It's also not giving us LRs every couple weeks. Like, what's the best way to handle this? I guess is the question I want to ask. So like, what do you think about all that?
See, yeah, I know that's a really, I don't know. See, I'm gonna stumble on my words here, but I actually do kind of agree with Animated. I did agree with Animated a little bit. I mean, I think the extremity of 5 separate events taking 777 medals from each one is pretty crazy. I mean, can you imagine the stamina, even at half rate, that it would take you to get 777 one from each one?
Right.
But it still wouldn't be the worst thing ever, because I don't know, man. Like with Goku Black, what does that take? That takes to get him to TUR. It takes. What was it? Was it just 7 or was it 77?
For Goku Black, it took 77 Goku Black medals, and then from there it was like 21 of each.
21 of 5 different events.
I think honestly more fitting one would be maybe 77 medals per major event, because that's still grinding and it's not too easy. Because the thing is again, the problem is like, it doesn't feel like it's like, oh, here's your card, just play with it, do whatever you want. It's like, we got our money. It's the idea that I get with it. I want to be able, it sounds so weird to say this, like, I want to be able to grind for my card, you know, and feel proud when I awaken it. Because again, everybody out there, at this point, everybody probably has the LR androids. You can't tell me you did not have a smile on your face when you first awoken that card.
That was what I was about to say, and especially for the global players, because when it came out on global, the one that everyone was waiting on was Full Power Frieza. And Full Power Frieza's event hadn't been around for a while, so everyone was doing the grind, right? And then it came to a point to where I won't say we, because I actually don't have them on globally, I just have them on JP. But everyone was so excited when Full Power Frieza finally dropped, and that was the last thing they needed to grind. And I remember having so many tweets from people being so excited that they had grinded all those medals and got their LA androids. And generally speaking, I'll be honest with you, and I bet you can agree with me on this, and this actually just came to my mind. I don't get that many tweets of awakened LR Gohans as I do from them people just pulling them.
Yeah.
So it is a thing of people have become so accustomed to, well, I pulled it, I've accomplished the goal, and it's not that you had to beat Dokkan Battlefield and get 7 medals of that, and you had to be Strength Perfect Cell 11 times to get those 77 medals.
In
fact,
look what happened on Global. They gave you the medals. They literally gave you the freaking Battlefield, which is fine because Battlefield wasn't out yet, but like, they could at least change the event around and made it like, you know, a different way to awaken the card. It just, I don't know. I just feel like that they care less, because again, once they get the money, they're cool with it. It's like, whatever, you know, who cares what the players actually do? I'm like, no, it should be, you should feel special. But then again, there are people who are going to watch this video and be like, no, don't make it harder. I want it easier. At the end of the day, a lot of players just want to get their LR and just move on with their day. But like, I just feel like that they need to balance it better, where it's like, it's not like they just kind of throw it in our face and be like, okay, we're done with you. Like, there you go, enjoy your LR. Thanks for the money. Like, again, I'll never forget when I first awoke in LR Androids, I had a smile on my face. I was like, yes, I'm never gonna use this card, but yeah, that felt great. And I don't know. What do you guys think? In the comment section below, feel free to discuss. Again, there's still no information when and how they're going to release the LR election cards. Vegeta won. He definitely won. Based on how they worded, I assume that Super Saiyan 4 Goku and then Beerus will be released at some point in the future. But again, it's not confirmed. The wording was weird. I don't know why they would even announce the top 3 when only the top 1 actually matters. So it's kind of weird how they did that. Unless they solely did it just because they knew we would talk about it. In which case, they won. That's marketing right there. But overall, though, like, let me know your thoughts. Like, it's also hard to have this conversation, which is the reason why I brought Nano here, is because you might not have all the cards. And if you don't have the cards, it's easy to be like, oh, well, you know what? I just want to pull the card at this point. Yada, 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 yada. But it's like, if you've been around the game long enough and you were there with the first time when they released LR Goku and then give us more LRs, and then like they introduced how like you have to grind for it and really work for it, versus now where it doesn't feel special at all. It's like, when I got Goku Black, I woke him the same day, which I feel like shouldn't be the case. Granted, I grind a lot off camera, getting medals and stuff whenever I'm just sitting there pooping or whatever, or when we do races, because we do a lot of races and stuff.
Yeah,
that's how I accumulate all my medals usually. So I feel like that they should have something there that's even when Broly came out, I woke my Broly up like by the end of the freaking week because I already had like 50 million Zenny or so, and then I sold a couple cards and grind for it. Like, it wasn't that challenging. But then it's like, then you get the issue. It's like, well, when they raise the challenge or the requirement with like LR Hercule, for example, it's like, well, 240 million is too much. So it's like, with me, the reason why I'm not going to go for Hercule Satan is because it's a lot of Zenny, and I don't think it's worth it.
I don't ever have that much Zenny sitting around, I'll be honest.
That too, and I don't think it's worth it. Like, so with me, when it comes down to like awakening cards, if I know I won't really use it, I won't really grind for it. You know, like I have a bunch of like unawakened cards that just sit there until the day that they become optimal or when they get rebirths, and then I will awaken them later and then test them out on whatever teams are available. But like with Hercule Satan, I know if I awake that card, I would never use it. It'll be a trophy and it'll feel like great, but I feel like going for the whole locking it behind 240 million Zenny is not as exciting as making me fight an event a bajillion times. Like, they should have added, like, I don't know, they should have done that with Hercule Satan, where he was a free card, and to awaken him, you need 777 medals of like, you know, specific events. That'll be fun. Like, well, it won't be really fun, but like that'll be a grind versus just, you know, here's how much money you need. If you get that money, you can awaken it and then never really use it because it's not that really good of a card when it comes down to combat. But I mean, at least it's free, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. After you pull from friend summons, that is.
Exactly.
I don't know. Maybe we're just kind of talking out our ass. So I guess in the comment section, let us know about the evolution of LRs, where they used to be this like iconic thing to now they're being handed out left and right. And like I said, I'm pretty sure they just pretty much announced 3 coming out at some point in the future, if not more. Well, there's definitely gonna be more. And I'm sure we're gonna see a lot of these guys locked behind pay gates, aka, you know, low rate summons. We're still gonna see like the free ones every now and then, but they're so ridiculous to summon, or not summon, to awaken, that they sometimes become not worth it. Like, I want to get LR Ginyu, but he can miss me with having to get that many freaking medals from Battlefield, especially Battlefield. So I'm probably never gonna get that card. Those that don't know, you need what, 77 Battlefield medals to awaken them?
Yeah, which is a lot. 354,000
pretty much
purple.
It's pretty much about around 400,000 Battlefield orbs that you have to get.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Battlefield you can only do once a day, and it's also not fun. I don't know. Feel free to discuss down below what you guys think about LRs and how, I guess, they changed over the course of the last couple of months / year, and what you personally would love to see. Feel free to discuss down below. Nano, is there anything else?
I don't think so, man. I think we pretty much hit most of the points that I wanted to hit for sure.
All right, well, with that said, let us know your thoughts on what you guys think about this discussion. Is it a waste of talk? Is it something that you thought about yourself? Discuss down below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment. Keep an eye out for a bunch of content coming out over the course of the next couple of days / weeks, because a lot of cool stuff is happening in Dokkan again, including Kale and Caulifla, which I assume I had already summoned on by the time I recorded this video. I'm waiting for the banner to come out first before I summon on it. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the day. This has been Rhymestyle Nano. We'll see you guys in the comment section below.